Hey y'all, Jason here with Dirt Race Life. Got Jace here with me.
Rachel.
This is the final day of the Talladega Ice Bowl. It rained last night. I can say the R word, it's done happened. It's over with now. Y'all check it out, y'all. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know it. And you hear them up on the track. They're running. I mean, it's already underway. But not terrible. Of course we rolled our tarp up last night, let the rain come, and this has got a little bit of a hill to it, so it drained pretty good. We're definitely going to be tromping mud all day long. We're going to have the whole floor of the trailer completely red mud from one end to the other before this is over, but that doesn't matter. As long as the track surface is right, that's all I care about. We are running our feature day. We are locked in. Definitely want to stick around. Me and Jeff were working on the car, and Jeff was looking at the tires where the wear was and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, Jay," you know, he was asking me about lead and rear steer and trail in the car. And so I said, yeah, I said I got some left rear lead in the car, about 1/4 inch. And anyway, he's showing me the tires. He's like, "Oh boy, them tires are showing a ton of scrubbing from lead, and it didn't add up." So we got underneath here with tape measure and we checked. It's like, oh, let's check. Yeah, I know why the car wasn't rotating like I really wanted it to on the bottom. I had about 1/2 inch of right rear lead, left rear trail in the car. This left rear, and I figured out, I got underneath here, and the right rear was fine. The left rear moved on the shackle on me, and I tighten these things every couple of races. I pull on them, but she shifted on me, and I didn't check it before I come down here. I guess I moved them at Why Not, and there was a few. Well, at the beginning it was rough, but oh, dude, you gotta do your maintenance on your cars. That right there might have cost me a couple of positions. Could have started me on the front of this feature. But anyway, that's helping me to better understand what's going on, what we need to do to make this car be even faster. So, good catch, Jeff. Good catch. So I'm gonna put this left rear forward, and I'm gonna put about 1/8 inch of left rear lead in the car. Just about 0 right there. We need to come forward just 1 or 2 more turns. I'm cutting this outside lug loose right here where it can twist. Help make that edge of that tire work a little better for me. We're making several changes. Don't run off. We're going to go through all of them here in just a second. Last night for my heat race, I was fully committed to the bottom. Set up for it, was where I was going to go. I had a plan for it. I was watching the cars up in the slick. I could tell the track had not rubbered up, and I didn't risk going up there. It was like a very conservative game plan. I'm going to stay on this bottom line. I'm going to protect that position. I'm going to make the top 4. And was holding too tight to the bottom for the first several laps and gave up a lot of position. I was trying to not sweep out too much and open up a lane underneath me. And I had one partner there that was trying to like push that open lane underneath me at one point there. Caution saved me. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Caution saved me, gave me a chance to kind of assess what was going on. And I realized, like, man, I've got to round this track out. I am not getting into this turn the way I need to. And so then the last several laps, I clearly picked up a 10th or 2/10 that saved me, kept the guy that was running the high line up in the slick from being able to pull forward again, because I was rounding the track out a lot more, got my speed up a little bit more, and I just skinned by holding that 4th position. I'm not as comfortable on the bottom, but the car should have been turning better, and we were measuring stuff, and my left rear had slid back on me at some point, and I've missed it. And I didn't go through my setup, you know. It's like I felt like the car was good, and I had maintenance the car, but I had not measured the lead and the rear, and I should have. But anyway, but I had like a 1/2 inch of left rear trail, you know, in the car, which creates a ton of drive. It does. But that was very obvious to me now that that's why my car was not wanting to rotate into the turn. I ended up having to really force it to turn. And so anyway, got that resolved, got it taken care of, just brought it back up to about an 1/8 inch of left rear lead. I don't really want a lot of left rear lead, so, you know, just an 1/8 inch, and I was like, it's good. Me and Jeff, we left it there, went through the tires. I cut the lug loose on the inside track side of all of my tires, just to help for the rubber to twist. Put a few more sipes in the ones that, you know, needed some siping just to cut the rubber loose. 2 of them I siped yesterday. Those sipes look great. I didn't actually wear any rubber off the tires at all. We buffed everything off. I put the 1-inch spacer back in the left rear, and seeing the left rear trail in the car gives me a lot of confidence that I can put that spacer back in, and the car's gonna act a lot better, still be able to turn with the left side tires heads up on the car. And on the right side, I left the right rear sucked in about 2.5 inches from the right front, and I had a rubber in the right front, and I pulled it out. So I softened the car up. The plan tonight, so I'm starting 14th position, which is 7th row outside. I am gonna run up in the black. I'm gonna commit to it. When I need to go to the bottom, I'm gonna go to the bottom, but I'm gonna try to make good lap times up in the slick. There are a lot of races happening today. There are a lot of high lap with soft rubber tires, like 3 different late model features that are like 30 and 40 laps each before us. There are a ton of laps going to be put on this track today before we ever get out there. So my expectation is that there's going to be a lot of rubber on the track, and I can be up in the black, and once my tires get warmed up, the car is going to start working. Soften that right front up just a little bit, because I'm going to try to brake early and absolutely roll through the turn and just carry a lot of speed off the corner. If there's anything up top, like in 1 and 2, where that I can like get a run, you know, I may still be diving to the bottom in 3 and 4 if I need to, especially to clear cars. But I'm looking for a car that I can work up in the slick with. My go-to comfort zone is if I can get up on the high line and be able to carry a lot of speed into the corner and then hammer down and just outrun somebody by running that outside of that straightaway and beating them into the corner. So that's my go-to move. I've got a lot of cars I need to pass from where we're starting, but I've got a plan. We've set the car up the best we can to execute on that plan, so let's do it.
Here comes Factory Stock.
rough, y'all. We were on the march forward. Clearly on the march forward. Once the tires warmed up, man, we were golden. I could tell. I was moving forward on the high line, got hung up behind the guy. I knew I was faster. I was pulling up and just throttling, and you know, throttling, riding. And then when we restarted, you know, I got in the middle. Tires had warmed up. Car was good, right in the middle of the track. So everything we were trying to accomplish, we did. Beautiful way, as far as the way the car was handling. It was beautiful. It was tight on the bottom. You know, I dove to the bottom because I saw a hole and I was going nowhere up top. It was too much traffic. And you know, the car initially just nosed and just would not turn. I had the brakes run all the way to the front. As soon as I got the brakes snapped back to some rear percentage, you know, the car immediately started rotating on the bottom. Obviously, if I knew I was going to be catfishing, I probably would have set up a little bit different, but it was manageable and it was working. But middle up, money. I mean money. Yeah, and then I got caught. And I'm not mad because, you know, like, I have been really lucky for a couple of years, you know, on my wrecks and stuff. So I got caught, you know, they wadded up in front of me and I had nowhere to go, and I spun the car sideways trying to save the nose of the car, you know, save the radiator, survive the race. And anyway, and there was just so many more cars coming, and then it really got rough. Took some hard hits. I took some hits I'm gonna feel tomorrow morning on them seat belts, for sure. But yeah, it looks like, you know, my main chassis is back here, and it just pushed in my rub rails. Definitely wadded up. You know, control arm, ball joints, junk, tie rod ends, junk. But frame-wise, it's good. Back of the car, rear leaf, it's good. Rear leaf rails in the right place. We're okay. We just got a lot of cosmetic damage. Mr. Bentley, I definitely need to get a Dominator body from you. But this aluminum right here, it's not gonna beat out. So I'm gonna be hollering Dominator race products here very soon. We're gonna put a completely new body on this Camaro for Rachel. She gets to choose the color, she gets to choose the number, all that. Your car will be okay, Rachel, don't worry. It'll be okay, it'll be okay. And man, this thing right here is a rocket ship. Anyway, if you stuck with me this weekend, super appreciate it. We have had a ball. We have trumped mud all day today. I got took out on this race. Doesn't matter. I am still tickled to death with how this car performed, and I hope you've enjoyed this content. As always, I'm asking subscribe and turn on your notifications, looking for those comments, because I pay attention to the comments. It helps us be better racers and make better content for you. Thumbs up and see you next time.